Change, Finding Your Fire, a weekly podcast with Meena Puri, an Ayurvedic practitioner and spiritual teacher who brings the ancient, time-tested wisdom of Ayurveda in this time of great upheaval and global ascension to inspire you to the next level of your spiritual evolution. She will discuss all topics related to your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Are you ready to be free of all suffering and soar to your heart's calling? Hello, everyone. I'm Meena Puri, and I am here today with Kim Selby. Kim is a creativity coach. She brings the inner diva in every woman. Kim is a lot of fun. She's very creative. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring her on the set and let's see what fun she can add to our afternoon or day today. Welcome, Kim. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Meena.
You look fun.
I like to think I'm fun. I'm the most fun person I know.
No, that's wonderful.
Kidding. Just kidding. But I like to have fun. I like to share fun. I like to ignite sparks. I just like people to be joyful. I guess that's it.
That is so wonderful. You know, it's what a wonderful thing to do during this time when, you know, things can be so dark and gloomy. So, and, you know, you just said the word, bring the inner spark, bring the fun, bring the inner diva. So, very good. And so how long have you been doing this?
Well, I would say my whole life I have been igniting sparks. It's been something of a passion. I always liked to make people laugh. I always wanted to be an actress, and I loved being on stage because when I got applause or I saw the joy in someone else's face from something I did, whether it was a bumbling, silly thing, which it usually was, you know, I wasn't cast as the serious person. I just love to see the joy in people's faces, and I love to see people laugh, and I love to laugh. So I would say that as a young child, I was igniting sparks always.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I know you mentioned that during the pandemic, you became a certified yoga teacher. That's very inspirational. What a wonderful way to use the time to do something creative, to grow yourself. So tell me a little bit about that.
I have been practicing yoga for probably 30 years on and off. I had a hip replacement when I was very young, and I did a little bit of yoga before that, but I was not able to do a lot. So I waited a year or two after the hip replacement, and this was 20 years ago. So then I got back into yoga slowly, and I do, you know, as much as I can. I still can do a lot, but I'm also very careful. And I love yoga. And I sent my daughter to yoga teacher training school because she didn't know what she was going to do with her life. And I said, well, you're really athletic. You're good at this. She was a gymnast. And I was really envious of all that she had learned and all that she had gleaned from it. And I love yoga. I mean, I've practiced it, you know, forever now, it seems like. And I just thought, what a great way to spend some time. I had all this time and I found an online course. I really would have loved to have done it, you know, taken an online, in person. But this was great because I could do it on my own time. And there were tons of videos and so much information. I loved it. It was great. Now, I have only taught to friends a little bit. It's not that I'm pursuing it as a vocation, but it really increased my knowledge of the practice. Every day I practice, I think more about what I learned. And that was 2020. So it's been a couple of years now.
Wonderful. Yeah. So it can, you know, yoga can be such a an avenue for self-growth and development and self-awareness. And I had no idea we'll be talking about yoga because I'm like a diehard yoga teacher. I don't teach yoga in a group setting because everything has moved online. And actually, I had given that up. I was just doing more private yoga therapy. My specialty is around, you know, people with hip replacement, people with knee issues, people with frozen shoulders. I seem to have a, you know, knack for it, and I'm really good at it. I don't, you know, I
studied a lot of yoga in my life. So I just think it's such a, it is such a pathway to self-development that involves your body,
Hmm.
that involves the inner psyche, and connect the dots, and really is such a holistic way for self-development. So I'm
Yeah.
proud of you for
Thank you.
using this time for doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great because my whole message is ignite your inner spark so that you can share that with others. And
Mhm.
part of igniting your spark is taking time to go deep within, to spend some time with yourself in reflection.
Mhm.
And I love the fact that yoga is breath work with
Yeah.
movement and focusing on your breath, and the movement comes after it. But we need that time for self-reflection, self-care, and that's exercising or yoga, because I don't yoga is exercise, but it's not. It's sort of both. But I think we need to take that time to ignite our spark. And when people say they don't have time to do practice yoga or to exercise, I say, well, yeah, but that means you need to find the time because
Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22. And I just think it's just, our resistance talking. Anytime when we are making excuses, we don't know that because the excuses seem too so legit. But, legit doesn't mean it's not a resistance.
true, very true. Can be legit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
bigger the resistance. And so we're very good at chasing our tail. We're just so smart sometimes
Yeah.
for our own detriment that, we don't realize how we keep tripping over ourselves.
So true.
And that's
Uh,
it's the human dilemma. We're hardwired this way. It's like sometimes, just get over yourself
yeah,
and
exactly. And move forward because
move forward.
you're supposed
And
to do
sometimes you
it.
just have to listen to the other person and just do it. So it's wonderful. And I like to think, and I hope that more and more people are embracing yoga, because it's exercise, but it's much more than exercise. Yoga is about connection, right?
Right. Right.
And connection is what's missing in today's world. Connection with ourselves, connection with each other, and yoga is such an antidote
Yeah.
to all the polarity, all the differences, all the fear, and
Yeah. It's a really great practice. I mean, I
that's
encourage anybody to do it. I mean, 10 minutes, whatever it is. But anyway,
yeah,
so
it
that's
doesn't take exactly. It doesn't take long. So
no.
that's wonderful. So tell me more. Tell me more about the igniting this spark. What are you? Do you work with people, or do you just is this the vocation that you get people to ignite their spark? What is it? How do you do that?
Well, I just want to tell you what the definition, I guess, for me of igniting a spark would be. And for many years, it goes back to my past. I produced fashion shows. I had my own fashion show production company. And it was something I did for charitable organizations and schools. They would hire me to do this. I've also worked at other places, Glamour magazines, Active Avenue, but working with the schools on my own, they paid me. It wasn't a volunteer job. And I saw that the volunteers, these women who were modeling with their children, basically they're grown, I mean, they're high
Mhm.
school seniors, they would be very reticent to get out on a runway and feel like they couldn't do it. I'm too this, I'm too that, I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I'm too this, I'm too shy. And I saw what positive encouragement and coaching, I would work with them, not a long time, and put them in some great clothes, they'd get their hair and makeup done, some great music, and I would see them literally transform. I could see their spark light up the stage for the
Yeah.
15 to 30 seconds that they were on it. And so I thought there was something to this. And I didn't initially call my business Ignite Your Spark. It was Express Yourself and Shine, similar. And I started creating events for women to help them unleash their inner diva, to help them
Mhm.
find that spark within. And then I got a creativity coaching certification, and I've combined that with my life skills and being a student of self development my entire life and transformation and learning everything I can, reading all the books, soaking it all up. I created my own coaching practice called Sparkle Coaching. And it is similar. I know, it's so
I
funny.
love that. When you say sparkle, like who would not want to do that? I want to sparkle.
Exactly. Because it's really how you feel on the inside, how you
Yeah.
look on the outside is also tied into it. So my years and decades in fashion, as well as studying coaching and learning that it's so important to be our best selves. And just I feel better when I'm in a room full of joyful people. I mean, who doesn't, right?
Who doesn't? Yeah,
So
exactly.
my coaching practice is it also can be serious. I mean, I help people reflect on the things that they need to work on in their lives, whether it's self-esteem or procrastination or overwhelm. And I give them exercises. But if I might say, how are you feeling today? And I do one-on-one. I have been back in person too. And I love in-person coaching. It's just so great. You can really feel the energy. It's fine on Zoom too.
Yeah.
But I work with them if they are not feeling great in their body. I find out, why are you not feeling great in your body? And how do clothes reflect that too? You know, if you're, now I'm not a good example because I'm wearing black today, but but I did put on big gold earrings. So, you know, yeah, you want to do something to express your inner self. And you can only do that once you find the spark inside and once you feel confident and comfortable in your skin. And it's like, you know, when those psychic vampires walk into a room and they suck the life out of a room.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to be that, or do you want to be the person that people go, wow, yeah, I want some of that energy? And not that everybody is an out there extrovert like I am, but everybody has a spark. Everybody has a spark.
Everybody has a spark.
It shows on your smile.
Yeah.
You know, it shows when you walk into a room and you're confident in what you're wearing. Just anybody can access that spark. So that's what I'm passionate about doing and helping people. I love doing groups of people more because I throw in a little improv because I've studied improv
And
for
you know,
years.
with each other, we encourage each other. It's fun with other women, and you know, we can really kind of ignite each other by being together with this kind of work.
Yeah. Absolutely. I really like people to step outside their comfort zone, because once you do that, a whole world of possibilities opens to you that you never even realized. You didn't realize.
Absolutely. And I think it just, you know, you mentioned something about the negative self-talk and also the body image, the negative body image that women carry, because we've had, you know, models of inappropriate, inadequate, wrong. Let's just go right there.
Yeah.
It just wrong models of what beauty should look like. And, you know, innocently watching, we have inherited those views and patterns and those subconscious beliefs about ourselves. And women suffer so much with the negative self-talk and the body image. And, you know, how you dress, it really is a reflection of what's going on inside. I mean, I've been sick for the last, you know, few days, and, you know, what you want to do is just some dark color sweats.
Right. And that's true. And that's a different story. When you're not feeling well, there's no reason. I'm only wearing black because my other shirt didn't look good with the background.
Didn't look good with that. Yeah, but you know, you're looking awesome in black. I mean, with black and your silver hair, it just is matching perfectly. You are looking very sparkling. So
thank you.
Don't worry.
Thank you. It's my goal to always ignite sparks, even if I'm in the grocery store, at a coffee shop. You know, I have so many things I love to share with people. Like, how difficult is it to find something positive to say to someone? I just do it naturally because it was the way I was raised, fortunately, to always find the good in someone. I can go to a Starbucks and I don't do it to do it, but I can say, I can't help it. I'll see the barista and she has gorgeous nails. I'll go, oh my God, I love that color. I love that. You know, how do you think that makes her feel? Oh, someone said something nice to me other than I want a shot of this in there, you know? And that lifts you up by giving compliments to other people. You know, there's so many ways.
It's such a positive mindset. That's such a brilliant mindset, because who doesn't appreciate a compliment?
Right.
And who knows when that might be the thing you needed that day and you're feeling down, and somebody just mentioning your nail polish color can lift you up. So, these are acts of kindness. They
Yeah, they
really
are acts
are.
of kindness.
They're acts of
And
kindness towards others.
and I think that helps dispel negative self-talk. Because if you are doing something kind for someone else, you can't feel negative about yourself.
It is so true. It is so true. You cannot compliment somebody and feel horrible about yourself at the same time,
No,
because you wouldn't compliment them, because it really goes to show that. And sometimes, just to get out of our own head, we can just even focus on the other person and find something good in them. So when you find something good in them, that's already a good thing, that you're even looking for good in somebody else. So, it's a circle. And, I say, wherever you can begin. Doesn't matter in a circle where we begin, where we end, just interrupt it somewhere. Do
right.
something. Do something to interrupt the cycle.
And it can be conscious. Like if you are feeling, maybe you have to make it a conscious effort. And
Yeah.
sometimes it just comes naturally and you don't have to make it a conscious effort. But once you make that conscious effort, then you are really going to see a light in someone else's eyes. If you
Yeah.
look them in the eyes, which I highly recommend, because we can't look this way so many times. People are all masked up.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So I just, these are the kind of little tips that I give to my clients, and that I do on my little blurbs I do on social media during the
That's
beginning
wonderful.
in the beginning of the pandemic. I decided to do motivational minutes. So for 45 days straight, I did a motivational minute every day on Instagram and Facebook. Just silly little things. I would dance and put myself out there, and I stopped after 45 days because it was a lot.
It was enough. Repeat.
It was like, you guys don't need to see me anymore. But then I would do them occasionally. And so,
Yeah.
it all just sort of led to me creating my podcast, which I also started in the pandemic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to learn a new skill and started a podcast. So now
That's
80
wonderful.
guests, 80
It's
guests
just,
later.
it's wonderful. It's wonderful that you are offering that, because it's light, it's fun energy. It doesn't have to be this, deep inner work, grueling. It's like, you just decide. It's kind of like, put a smile on your face.
Right.
You might actually even feel better.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Sometimes just even that few moments of feeling better can define your day. It just shows you that, hey, you have a choice. You didn't know that. You didn't know you could turn this, the other way.
Frown.
And all of a sudden, you can deliberately like pop your eyes open. And
Right.
it's just like, oh, wow. And just shrug your shoulders and, do silly things and do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes to perk you up and
ignite your spark.
And ignite your spark. God knows there's plenty to bring us down. So we have to consciously, deliberately, persistently pick something, choose something just for the fun of it. I mean,
Right.
I turned a flute. I have a flute and I call it my magic wand.
I like that. I love magic. I love magic wands. I'm all about that.
Have you heard of those pictures like Coco Pelli where he's playing the flute and the shape is bent over? So I become that and I just go silly and goofy and I'm playing the flute. I don't know how to play the flute. I can make sound. But anyways, it's goofy. And I just I take the magic wand and I'm like, whatever I touch, it turns to gold.
Oh, I love it. I think that's great. Everybody should have their own magic wand.
Wand. And
it could be a pen.
Yeah, it's just, I think that's one of the things that maybe the pandemic has brought. It has brought forth creativity, little silliness, little, childlike, because we are kind of been cooped inside. And the mind is such that if we let it loose, it can be pretty fun and creative.
Right. I
And
mean, I agree. Play should be scheduled into your schedule every day if you're not
play
doing it.
should be, it should be all, I mean, I do that, it's, I tell people, like, really want to get out of your head, dance in a way that if somebody saw you, they would laugh their head off, that you wouldn't dare
Exactly.
dance.
I love that because I do that many times in my
I do that
kitchen.
many times. It's like dance in a way that,
Yeah.
dance one side, dance lopsided way or a weird
Right.
way so you can get out of a pattern, right?
Ab- Excuse me. Absolutely.
Bless
It,
you.
thank you. It's like I tell people when you go on a walk, go a different way. Don't take the same walk. Change up your synapses. I also tell people go up your stairs backwards carefully, holding onto
Yeah,
the handrail.
exactly.
But when you are experiencing things from a different viewpoint, your synapses are literally changing. And
Mhm.
it's so important. We don't want to age. I mean, I am aging, it happens.
I
But
know, but we don't need to give in so easily.
exactly, exactly. So I think that stepping outside of your comfort zone, doing things a different way is really vital to igniting your spark. So,
Yeah, it's shifting perspective. It's like, you being a yoga teacher. I mean, what you learn when you're upside down on your head.
right,
It shifts the whole room. It shifts the perspective, right? And that's
right,
exactly it because we have such an expansion available.
right.
But if we keep the tunnel vision, those days, prim and proper. I remember working in the corporate, like skirt suits and
Sure.
briefcase and whatnot. And it's like, oh my God, somebody choke me. It's like,
Yeah,
you
let's
wouldn't
talk
catch
about
me unless I want to
pantyhose.
do that. You wouldn't catch me doing that. And I was in like an auditor. So we were loaded up like with donkeys, with like the audit bags and the computer those days where, you had to lug your own computer and the printer. So it was just like, oh my God. And we did. And thank God I figured out soon enough and thinking, I don't like this stuff. It's man-made rules.
Yeah.
I'm saturated with it. I don't want to do it anymore. No, somebody else needs to do it.
And you know what? Thank goodness there are those people who want to do that because we need all
It's like,
kinds of
yeah,
people,
hopefully, they
right?
can do that. And until I'm like, I'm not going to bed at night with like the accounting journal and
Oh,
like, no, really, like if somebody gagged me with a spoon, I'm not going to do that.
yeah.
So
That was never my path. I was always in the
no, and
creative
I thank
field.
God
But
I clued on, and I'm like, this is crazy. These are man-made rules. They'll have you chasing your tail my whole life. I'm not going to do
yeah,
that. I'm done. And so it just we have to consciously have fun. We
yeah,
have to consciously laugh at ourselves.
absolutely.
and there's we can tie a noose around our neck, a noose of our own thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Prisoner, we can become the prisoner of our own mind. Right.
Right, right.
And the mind, actually, we're all childlike. We want to have fun. We want to laugh, and try being serious for a few days. Then you're going to end up laughing, if you're anything like me, for absolutely no reason at all, because it's a release.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I
You know,
could not do that either.
it's interesting. When we laugh at ourselves, it
Yeah.
gives other people permission to laugh at us and to laugh at themselves.
Laugh
It's
at
much like,
themselves. And actually, that's one of the things I tell with my clients. And I say, get up in the morning, stand in front of the mirror, make funny faces, and laugh your head off. They're like,
yeah,
seriously? I'm like, yeah, seriously. Go do that.
right.
Loosen up your jaw, move some stuff in your body. Stop getting so stiff. And I go to laugh your head off. You'll start once and it's addictive, and you'll carry on. And it's going to shift things for you.
Yeah,
Right?
especially if you start your day with laughter. Starting your day with laughter instead of, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so this. Oh, I'm so that.
No,
If you
and
can,
that
yeah,
reminds me, who Sadhguru is?
no,
Sadhguru is this Indian mystic yogi. He's actually traveling the world right now on Save Soil movement. he's a big activist on saving our soil, saving the environment. So he in one of the videos I watched, he said, when you wake up in the morning, just sit there and smile. He goes, you're not smiling because there's someone in front of you, because there's something happening outside of you. He goes, it's about what's happening inside of you. He goes, just take 20 seconds, just sit there and just enjoy you and smile.
So nice. It's like what I do every morning is say thank you. The first thing I do when I wake up is say thank you. And I learned that even more. I interviewed someone, a man named Barry Shore, on my podcast, and his book is called The Joy of Living, maybe. And he woke up one day and was a quadriplegic because he had Guillain-Barré syndrome. And he is now able to wiggle his fingers, but not his toes. And, you know, it makes you think and yet he's very joyful, and he has written a book, and he is a public speaker. And it makes you grateful for what you do have, especially if you wake up every day and say, I can move my fingers, I can move my toes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Starting your day with gratitude is just...
Oh, it's so powerful. It's
so powerful. Yeah.
It's absolutely powerful. So, Kim, this has been delightful. You've made me laugh so much. And what I want to do is, if people wanted to follow you, do they just go ahead and tune into your podcast?
My podcast that I'm on all social media and my website, it's Kim Duff Selby, KimDuffSelby.com is my website. And that's my handle on Instagram and Facebook. And my podcast is Ignite Your Spark. Yeah,
awesome.
That's it.
So if you're looking to ignite your spark, if you're wanting to have a sparkling life, follow Kim. And also I wanted to mention both of us you can connect with us also on KS Media Group app. It's available both in Google and Apple Play. And I am Meena Puri, your host. If you have not gotten yet a copy of my new book, it's available on Amazon. The book's name is Wake Up and Heal, 6 Steps to Emotional Freedom. And I'm getting a lot of great reviews on it, so do check it out. And I am in the process of curating a year-long deep dive into the soul. So stay tuned for the details as I will be revealing the whole detail with you. So thank you so much for listening to us today. Thank you, Kim. You were a lot of fun. And we look forward to having you on the next podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Igniting Change, Finding Your Fire. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and we look forward to being with you next week.